Kawasaki en500 Vulcan 1991. So what it's doing is, when I turn it on, I can show in a minute, I turn it on, it will idle nicely, and if I give it a little bit of throttle, it just starts to bog and stop. And these are usually signs of a rich bog or a lean running condition, or maybe an air leak or a blockage, but I've checked everything. So I'll stick it on here and you can hear. Carb completely taken apart, dismantled, cleaned. I've got new jets in there. I've got new idle jet, new mixed screw, new rubber, new diaphragms. God, that carb's been taken completely apart. Petcock's been taken apart, cleaned and checked. The fuel tank itself has been cleared out, cleaned out. What else? What else? I just don't know. I feel that something simple is causing this issue. So I've drained the oil, took us out again, because the main thing I did in this bike was change the starter, which works fine. The rotor here, the flywheel here, which seems to be working fine. And I changed the starter and the pickups. And what I did find was, if you can see down here, down in here, do you see this little frame here that holds that cable back? That wheel, that flywheel, has obviously been grinding on that edge, so it must have been sitting up and out a bit and contacting that. Now I wonder if my rotor contacting this metal is grounding out or playing havoc with these pickups. I wonder, is that a factor? And I can also smell a little burning, and that's obviously what's been happening. That's been grinding on that. I can smell it on my finger a little bit. There was a little bit of black on the rotor here, so I can smell it. I wonder, is that affecting these pickups, which are, you know, very delicate magnets? I wonder. Also, I wonder, are these at the correct position? Because I had to fiddle with them a little bit. If you can see these little tiny, these little teeth, little tiny tooth there, little tiny tooth there. The original ones that got destroyed when I was removing this, they were all broken and busted. I had to cook this with the heat. I had to put the flame on this here, and the old ones got destroyed, but they were slightly different shape in the mounting plate here, and which would obviously have had them exact. So I wonder if that is a factor I'm going to have to check. I'm going to take my digital caliper here, and measure my rotor here, right, measure my flywheel diameter, and then measure this gap magnet. See the little point there, the little magnet tip, so point to point, and get that measurement and just double check that that's all aligned okay. I know this is on there properly because, you know, it's, well, it just is. It can only go in one way, so that's God, that's about all I can say. Also, I've changed the fuel filter, petcock, and my little ignition, where are we? Ignition coils there as well, and the regulator, and giving it a coolant flush, and giving it new oil, and the new filter, and I've checked this wiring, and I've charged the battery, cleaned the air filter, I've restored the rubber. Pretty positive there's no vacuum leaks, not that I can find. The ground went on there okay. I've cleaned the chain, cleaned it, oiled it, and I've got a pair of new tyres there sitting ready to go. Well, one new one, one like new one. Yeah, okay, that's all I've... Using my multimeter, I've been able to test the pickup coils coming out here, and I'm getting a reading of 120, and what I believe I should be getting when I measure the only surviving original coil is 400 to 600 ohms, meaning my pickup coils are out of range, and that probably explains my problem. Probably. So I'm going to leave it here for now, and I'm going to get my hands on some new pickup coils. These were just eBay, Amazon, whatever. Supposedly correct for the bike, but clearly not. So let's take it from there.